Hi, I'm Caren. Welcome to Texas Farmstead Living, and welcome to our Homesteading Frugal Living Masterclass. For 7 weeks, we are going to give you 5 tips each week. On Mondays, we're going to release a video that will help you as you are planning your budget for 2024. Being frugal has never been more important than it is right now, and I feel like Mr. Rueffer, my husband, has a lot of wisdom that will help you. I'd like to share with you why I think some of Mr. Rueffer's wisdom will be helpful to you. Mr. Rueffer is 72 years old. He has been a contractor, custom home builder, and he's a master electrician for 55 years. He is from the Texas pioneer Germans that settled the Texas Hill Country, which was a very unique culture that was focused on frugal living. His mother was born in the Great Depression. She's 90 years old, and he grew up picking cotton, no running water till you were 13 years old, and all handmade clothes until he was around 13 years old. So I feel like Mr. Rueffer, and also the Germans produced almost all of their own food. Quite a bit. So I feel like he's got a lot of wisdom to share with you. And how I feel like I could help you is through encouraging you, because I am just like some of you that are living in the city right now. You're looking for a way out. You don't feel like you can do it financially. But I want to tell you that in 2002, which my dream started in 1998, I started planning financially, and I actually left the city and moved to a farm and started homesteading. I've raised 5 children, ages 22 to 31, so I do know a thing or two about efficient and frugal homemaking. When I married Mr. Rueffer, I told his mother that instead of me changing him to be like me, because I was born in 1966 in an era of abundance, that I would learn to live like his family. And I have done that, and I embrace frugal living, and I have changed, and my whole mindset is different.
I unlike Caren, grew up in the 50s, but basically we grew up maybe 20 years before modern times, because we were still using old tools and had a mindset of working and living off of what you had to.
Making use of what
you had, yeah, without buying new things, new tractors, and secondhand stuff is what I'm used to.
And that is what the word frugal is defined as: efficient use of your resources.
Right.
And I believe Mr. Rueffer is actually, I've never quite met anyone that is so good at it. His grandfather was born in 1875, and he grew up beside him. So that's a whole different culture than any of us alive today know.
He came from Germany.
Yes, he was a direct immigrant. Yes. So let's get started on our 5 tips. The first one is no waste animal feeding. So we have a video coming out Friday. Mr. Rueffer has come up with a wonderful way to keep your animals from wasting hay. Now we have a herd of 10 Jersey cows, and they waste lots of hay. They will waste almost half a bale.
They're spoiled
because they're picky, looking for the most nutrition. But it's just, what do we tell them what we're paying for hay?
Well, we're paying $125 bale for a little over 1,000-pound round bale. Very expensive.
Yeah. How long will one round bale last us for all our cows, do you think?
And in hard times, they'll eat 1 week.
Okay, so that would be wasting $120 a week. Basically, we just went and put the round bale in a regular, round feeder.
They just pull it out and waste it and sleep on it and
Right.
tear it up.
So Mr. Rueffer coming out on Friday, he invented a way to avoid this, and it is working great.
Seems like it works all right.
Yeah.
Out of used material.
So chances are, if you have a homestead, if you're homesteading, you're going to have a dairy animal of some kind. So
Yes.
ours is Jersey cows. You might have goats, but but you need efficient, setup for feeding, because this is not the time to waste resources.
Especially feed.
Right. Okay. The second one is I've been cutting all of my son's and husband's haircut for over 20 years. So I have 4 sons. So I have no training. I just went and bought a kit, and it had a video back in those days how to cut hair. But now you have YouTube and you have a lot of resources. Just learn to cut your son's hair. And actually, I cut my own hair too. Once I moved, after I had started having all the kids, I had 5 kids in 9 years. I could not go anywhere, and I did not feel like it was a good use of my, of my money, because I had goals to get out of the city and move to a farm. So how much do you think? I don't know.
There's no telling how much you saved over 20 years.
I don't know. Just say a haircut's $10.
5 people's hair.
Yes, and maybe if they got it every 2 months is $100.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's $1,200.
Yeah.
In women's hair, I don't really know, but
You don't go to the
I don't
hairdresser
even know.
or hardly at all.
Yeah. But most of you probably know what a haircut. But anyway, you can definitely save a lot of money.
They didn't like it too far. The kids didn't know if they liked it too much at first, but now that they're grown, well, all of them come back and want a haircut.
Yes. Number 1 request. Okay. The third way that I have saved money is I learned to sew. I learned to sew when I was older, and I just taught myself to sew. But you can find simple patterns and learn just a basic machine. In fact, it's the thing a lot of people buy sewing machines and they don't use them. You can find them at garage sales and secondhand so easily. So to get started, definitely easy entry point. But in my last video about how to make a pumpkin pie from scratch, I actually made that dress. And if you look back, I think in how to make a yogurt culture, I've been making a lot of linen clothing for the summer. So easy. You can even remake things from a thrift store, but try to make your own clothes. And remember, I want to tell you this little, tidbit is, so I love to, nice clothes, and I like to look nice. I actually, when I was out of college, worked for Neiman Marcus. So I understand those of you that are really into fashion, but you can start learning to sew, and it is you can make your own aprons, and there's a lot of cute little patterns that are easy.
My mother, she sewed when I was little, but most of my shirts were made out of flour sack material when she bought flour at the grocery stores back in those days.
She'd take you to the grocery store?
Yeah, she'd take me to the grocery store, and I could pick out my color of my shirt. And I think one time she bought some real material, what I thought it's all real material, but she bought it at the Ben Franklin's or something like that, and I told my aunts, well, I've got a real teal shirt.
Oh, that's cute. Okay, another tip is Mr. Rueffer actually came up with this one, and it's brilliant. Tell him you're used for feed sacks.
Oh. I use my feed sacks for garbage bags now. I just put them in the garbage in our trash can and take them out. They're a whole lot stronger. I got plenty of them. I don't buy plastic garbage bags.
And they're so strong.
They're strong.
They're strong.
They last a long time.
Okay, the next tip is in this video that Mr. Rueffer made about the no waste hay round bell ring. He used repurposed materials left over from other things.
Right.
So you want to talk a little bit about everything you do, actually. We don't buy anything new.
Yeah. You can use, I could have used any kind of iron product or that I wanted, but I just so happened to have a bunch of of old pipe that we pulled out of the well, and we replaced it with new pipe and sucker rod, of course, and all of this material came out of an old water well. So that's.
Was it from a windmill?
It probably was from a windmill.
Okay.
It was from a windmill.
Because we've put in 2 new windmills on this farm. And we even have a video about how to change the leathers yourself.
Yeah.
So you don't have to hire someone to come pull
As long as the wind, it's not too deep.
As long as it's not too deep, yeah. So I'd say this house, even this house that you renovated, this off-grid home, that's actually where we're at, is in our off-grid 1870s farmhouse. The bathroom fixtures you just found out in the pasture, right?
Just from working at different locations, taking out the old appliances or fixtures, and I'd keep them.
Yeah, all these years.
Put them in my junkyard.
Yeah. So
I've got a lot of stuff to work with in my junkyard over years. But I'm a kind of a hoarder. I don't throw anything I think can be used away.
Well, your essentialism, whatever. You keep what, Okay, so our 5 tips are no waste animal feeding, cutting your family's hair, sewing your clothes, using feed sacks for trash cans, for trash bags, I guess. And number 5, repurposing and reusing materials.
Right.
Okay, I hope that these tips help you. We will be back next week to share 5 more tips. And from our Texas farmstead to you, have a blessed day, and we will see you on the next video. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.